This might be one of the simplest ways to combine two of the best vegetables right now. Potatoes, anyway, are always a delicious side, and cabbage is definitely the it vegetable this year. Probably because it's got a ton of fiber and because it's hearty and affordable for a vegetable. I've been exploring dishes from different countries lately, and I wanted to lean into something a little more personal, my Romanian and Polish roots. I remember eating stuffed cabbage as a kid, usually with beef or rice or both, but I wanted to include my love of potatoes in it, so I'm making potato stuffed cabbage. Because potatoes are filling, and cabbage, like I said, is packed with fiber, and most of us should be eating more fiber anyway. It is way simpler than it sounds, it's super delicious. Let me show you how. Start with the potatoes. You'll need about 3 medium-sized potatoes or about 750 grams. Just use russet potatoes. Starting in cold water, cover the unpeeled potatoes with salted water. I'm bringing it to a boil and cooking them until fork tender, about 30 to 40 minutes. And yes, it's unpeeled for a reason. I'm boiling these whole with the skin on. It keeps them from soaking up too much water, so when you mash them, you get potatoes that are easier to shape and not a soppy, gluey mess. So keep the skin on. While that cooks, we can do two things. First, the easy one. Dice up a small to medium-sized onion or half a large onion. Normally, I'd just chop these up, but I'm being intentional to make these into a nice dice. I'll be adding this to the potatoes, so I want it to blend in. Plus, I want it to be a little fancy. But if you like bigger pieces of onions, just give it an even chop. Heat up a pan with some olive oil or butter on medium heat and saute the onions until soft for about 4 to 5 minutes or until they're translucent. Once done, place them into a medium-sized bowl. The second thing you'll want to do is boil the red cabbage. Green cabbage is fine too, but when do you get to eat purple food? So go with the red one. Now I'm going to try and tear off some big leaves. Now with some heads of cabbage, it's easier than others, so I'm going to need anywhere between 8 and 12 leaves depending on the size. So if it's too hard peeling the leaves off, just take the core out and try again. I'm only getting a few, and with that I can boil them in a pan for about 4 to 5 minutes so they become soft and pliable. This step is important. If the leaves aren't flexible, they will crack when you roll them. And that's too hard to peel the leaves. Just boil the entire cabbage for 5 to 10 minutes in boiling water, or pop the whole thing into a pot of cold water and let that boil for about 15 to 20 minutes. They should peel off no problem. Just be careful, they are really hot. Pat the leaves down with paper towels and set them aside to cool down. Checking in on the potatoes, mine have been boiling aggressively in a covered pot, and I noticed that some of the water level sort of dipped, so I'm adding some water to make sure that the potatoes stay covered. They still have about another 10 minutes, and I'll check them with a fork to see if they are done. It took about 10 minutes more, and I'm draining it and placing them on the cutting board to cool down. Otherwise, you'll be playing hot potato. You do want to peel them while they're still warm, just not hot. I'm using a regular peeler to peel the skin, but sometimes the skin will just come off with your hands. Just be careful. I didn't let these cool down as much as I should have, the dangers of filming while cooking. Just be careful and pop them into the ricer and directly into the bowl. Oh, and don't worry if you don't have a ricer. Use a fork or a potato masher. What you're looking for here is a thick mashed potato-like consistency, and because we're boiling it with the skin on, it shouldn't be gluey. Then mix in your cooked onions if you haven't already. Mine are already in the bowl. 2 egg yolks to bind and for the added richness, and a big pinch of salt. White pepper if you have it, which I do, but black pepper is fine, and a little paprika, and if you have it, a tiny pinch of cayenne. That's totally optional. Again, this should feel like a thick mashed potatoes that you can shape. Now that everything is ready, I'm putting this together. Take some of the potato mixture and shape it into a small log or a potato croquette. Place it on the cabbage leaf and roll it up, kind of like a burrito. If you can tuck in the sides, awesome. If not, just wrap it up as best you can. I'm doing the best I can. I think I let these cool down too much so they aren't as pliable. It doesn't need to look perfect, just do your best like I said. Place all your finished rolls onto a plate seam side down and heat up a pan with some olive oil, or if you have it, duck, bacon, or beef fat. I'm using beef tallow. Let's really lean into the Polish aspects of this dish. Once it's warm, place the rolls seam side down and let them get lightly golden. Just a few minutes, I'm browning them for flavor and helping them hold together. Then add about 1 to 2 cups of chicken broth, enough to come up about halfway up the rolls. My pan was way too hot when I added the liquid, but now I'm covering it, lowering the heat to low, and letting them simmer for about 10 minutes. I'm plating them and adding a little salt and some chopped parsley so it's pretty, but that's up to you. I've sauteed a little leftover onions to go on the side. And if you want to round this out into a full meal, this is perfect with sausage or roasted chicken. Finish with a spoonful of sour cream if you like. I hope you give this a try, and I'll be back with some more dishes from around the world. Thanks for watching.